So this week, with the release of the Banu Defender, there was a very cool section in ATV devoted to delving further into one of the alien races in Star Citizen, the Banu. These were one of the original races concepted for the verse. It was actually humans' first contact with an alien species, and that was the Banu. Their culture is rich, vibrant and colourful. They say a lot like Morocco in the 1940s, with a lot of mystery and intrigue. The first encounter was by a chap called Vernon Tarr, who was scanning for jump points and saw another ship. Didn't like the idea that they were in the same area scanning, and so fired a warning shot, only to realise too late that it was in fact an alien craft, so he fled and called the authorities. To look at the Banu, they have very colourful faces, varying skin tones. They've got sort of old wood-like, tree-like lines, a bit like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. They've got slimy skin, can breathe in many areas apparently, and have an unusual crest on their head. They do have a little human element, especially in the eyes, but as the Banu don't look overly friendly and can be pretty awkward, they like to put out all their items and belongings on display. Kind of a way to say that I'm friendly, this is me, you know, like putting your palms up. The clothing is very decadent, it's got intricate patterns and lots of colours, which will show off their life experiences. They do carry lots of trinkets on their clothing, again as a reflection of their status and personality, and some of the clothing they wear could be rare and only found in certain areas of the verse. This is more to show that they have travelled. It's all about appearance. They want to appear interesting and appealing to the humans, and they know that we find them slightly creepy, so they need to use these tactics to help break the ice and make a trade. This is because many of them have practically been trading their whole lives. Now, whereas we're taught to not be materialistic, the Banu use these material wealth to show off their worth and status. So if you look around a Banu ship, you'll see there's lots of fancy trinkets and things that they've picked up along the travels. Ships will have intricately etched flooring as well, which we have seen in the Banu merchantman. Now, the merchantman itself is not just a ship to the Banu, it's their home, and so you will see this, you'll see all their belongings, and the ship will reflect the Banu's personality, kind of like nomadic traders carrying everything that they own. Now, a bit about the Banu. Their history holds no importance to them. They don't care about who built the merchantman, for example. They just care that the ship works well. History is the past, they say, and it does not matter to the Banu, but the present is what they are interested in. And this is why it's difficult to piece together the Banu history, as they don't hold records like humans do. The Banu planets are all independently operated, unlike our UEE. However, if an incident was to arise, that's quite a large incident, the planet heads would gather to discuss the situation and then find an outcome together. In terms of military might, they do not have a military as such, more like military guilds or sulis. So fighting in small skirmishes as a suli will be very proficient, considering that they have obviously trained their entire lives for this, but if the skirmish was to turn into a large-scale battle or a war, they would probably begin to struggle. It is stated in the star map that the Banu can breathe in atmospheres where humans cannot, so they have created sort of, kind of like biodomes, but locations which are largely built-up areas for humans to breathe in, where they can still trade with us, because obviously they want to trade, they enjoy trading, and they know how important it is. Now, when it comes to the Banu planets, each planet within the Banu protectorate will hold its own specialised industry, making for a memorable visit. Travelling throughout the protectorate offers a variety of exotic sights and sounds, so things like the flotillas of Yulin, or to the hollowed halls of Trice, or Trice, I'm not really too sure about that one. You can try your hand at a game of chance in the many gambling halls within the protectorate, or visit one of the Sata Ball arenas. You could head to the markets. The Banu trade with all other species, so you could find some very unusual trinkets. But also, if you get peckish, you can head to the dining sulis and partake in one of their large communal meals. So some interesting facts about the Banu. We know that the Banu are not partial to race, and so they trade as well with the Vandul. Now, whether we'll see Vandul around the trading posts, I don't know. It may be a case that the Banu insist on peace, that peace is kept, or that they could just travel to the Vandul space and deal with them separately. So do expect to be able to pick up some really interesting and unique alien trinkets, artifacts, even alien weapons and components from a Banu trader. Great place to find some unusual bits. The Banu actually love Sata Ball, not because they follow teams or support teams like humans do, but because of the excitement and the athleticism, so you'll often find them cheering for both sides. Now, the Banu don't have traditional families like we do, nor do they have cooperations. Instead, they sort of combine into a single unit, and this is what's known as the Suli, or a guild. When a Banu child is born, that child is sold to the protectorate to be raised upon based upon its initial skills and taught to specialise in a specific industry for the rest of their life. And these vary widely from ship manufacturing, trade, even raised to raise the Banu young. Anyway, it appears that every alien species we encounter in the verse will be completely unique, not just in looks, but in beliefs, communication, their history. Learning not only the language, but perhaps the way they act and behave will likely give you an advantage, or a step up at least, when communicating or dealing with each race. Learning about their history will be interesting, and visiting their home planets will just be very exciting. I cannot wait for that. Let me know what your favourite race is. I love the idea of having a Banu crew member. That will be so cool. Don't forget, we are giving a Star Citizen starter package throughout the month of May, so do subscribe and comment on any video to be in with a chance to win. This is courtesy of my patrons who pledge money every month to help me create these videos. So if you are interested in that, follow the link below to my Patreon page to learn more. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram, and I shall see you next time.